Okay, Rémi Bonnet, welcome back to Chamonix ahead of OCC on Thursday. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. Like the weather is good, the shape is good, so everything's go well.
So we were doing a show yesterday, and we couldn't remember whether you had started OCC or not. Have you tried it?
Started once, but like 5 years ago maybe, and I was injured before the race, but I decided to take the start, and like after 38K, I think I dropped.
Yeah.
So it was not a good one, but I am back at it this year.
So what makes this year the right time to come back for you? Because I think for a lot of fans of yours, obviously you've had such a spectacular career, and especially the last couple of years, just dominating the Golden Trail World Series. But this feels like, potentially the start of something new for you?
Yeah, like to move a bit higher in the distance is cool, and it's a bit new for me. So that's cool to start with like not a too long one. And so I think it's the perfect race to start moving a bit the distance.
Yeah. How do you think about it? Because like races like the Mont Blanc Marathon, for example, which you've done multiple times, OCC is like an hour slower. Like it'll take you about an hour longer on a good day probably than the Mont Blanc Marathon. So it's not like a crazy huge step up in distance. How do you think about that? I mean, obviously you have a lot of experience racing in multiple different sports. Psychologically, does it feel like it's something new?
No, I think you have to be more like calm at the beginning of the race. You cannot like start from the gun and go like as I do always. But I think I will stay calm like the first 25K maybe, and then I will show what I am capable of. But I think you have to be smart on those races because it's not long, but it's not short. Like it's right in the middle.
Right.
So you have to pay attention to don't show everything before the right moment.
Yeah.
And so like I think like every the top guys for the OCC will start like calm and then increase the pace like in the second half of the race.
So it's more of a change in strategy, or I guess like the introduction of strategy, because like you said, typically it is like full gas out of the gate for you. So you just, for the first time, maybe have to measure that effort a little bit more.
Yeah, and I learned also like the past 2 years, like during the marathon races, you have also to be a bit calm at the beginning. Yeah. And the first time I win the Mont Blanc Marathon, like I really look my watch like for the first 15K, and then I start to push. Yeah. So I know that it suits me well when I'm a bit calm at the beginning. Yeah. So I will try to do the same. Like,
is it true that your coach is Simon Gosselin?
Yeah, he's racing right now. So.
Oh, he is in TDS.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I got to check the tracker. Well, good luck to Simon. I was talking to Simon Doug, I think is how you say his last name, the photographer. Yeah. And he was the one who told me that Simon was your coach. Obviously, Simon Gosselin, for those who don't know, is also a professional runner taking part in TDS. He did Western States earlier this year. And what Simon, the photographer, told me is that Simon Gosselin, your coach, is sort of like one of the most sought after coaches in Europe. So I'd love to have you talk a little bit about him and in what way he's benefited your career.
Yeah, we started 3 years ago. And like for me, it was a point where I was feeling like I was like not moving the shape, like it was the same for 2 or 3 years. And so I had to change a bit my way of training. And so I meet Simon, and he's the same age as me. So it was easy to talk with him, and he's really cool guy. He's passionate about the mountains, about the ski mountaineering and the trail running. Uh-huh. So for me, it was the perfect guy, and he helped me a lot to increase my shape. And I think I proved it the 2 past years. It was by far my 2 best season. So I think it's due to him also. Wow. Because I think we changed some stuff, and I trust him like 200%. So
he does your coaching for both ski mountaineering and for
the full
trail running. Is there anything that you can point to that makes him a great coach?
I think he's adapting
because he's young. I mean, if he's your age,
yeah. But I think he's really adapting to every people. Like I have not the same training as another one he trained. And he's really listening what I want to do also. Like if I am not like up to do like a lot of intensity, he will put me like just like what I want to do. And I think it's really important to be happy with the training you did. Because like if you are like every morning you say, oh no, it's training again. Yeah. It's not moving in the right direction. So I think he's really adapting to the people and to the athletes.
to listening to what you actually enjoy. So if you look at your career before working with Simon and after, is there anything that stands out most that changed, like in terms of volume and intensity or things like that?
Yeah, I think I am running more than before. Like before I was doing a lot of cycling beside running.
Okay.
And so we see that when you run a lot, you are more efficient on the trail. So we moved that, and also the intensity. Like before I was just doing like full gas climb, and it was my session.
Yeah.
And now we are more like a bit strict. Like some period of the year we do like threshold training like 2 times a day and stuff like that. But I think it's a bit more strict, but I have still the freedom to do like what I want to do. Like
Cool. So anything in particular, I was looking at your Strava earlier today, and just, kind of checking out what you usually do, and you do still some cycling, but I was curious about like if there was anything in this final block. I mean, you just raced a couple weeks ago at Sierre-Zinal, so you're in the middle of that season too, but if there was anything in particular that you guys have been working on, because this is like a little bit of a step up in distance for you.
Yeah, I think I did some longer like training, running. And but apart that, I think the shape is good from the short distance. So you just have to pay attention how to race during the day, and like to do a bit longer trainings, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks before the race, to just see how the body react. And in winter I am used to do like 6-hour training, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. So this isn't a huge departure, but for the fans of the sport, it's really exciting to see you on the start line of OCC. Let's talk about some of the races that you've done this year, starting with the Mont Blanc Marathon. You finished second this year after winning it last year. You had an amazing battle with El Hussein, and the Golden Trail World Series Instagram account posted a video that like really captures you guys like attacking each other and really trying to break each other in the race. So I'd love to hear you just talk about the Mont Blanc Marathon race in particular, that battle with El Hussein, and any fun memories from it.
Yeah, it was a good battle. Like from he catch me, I think in Valorcine, and then from there it was like he was in front, I was in front, and so it was really fun to race like that. And at the end, he had the small kicks that I didn't have, and he win the race. So chapeau to him. But I prefer to be second in a race that you really fight with someone than like 2 years ago when I win with 7 minutes. It was not the same achievement at the end. So I prefer to battle with someone.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. Again, for fans of the sport, it's so fun to watch. The next thing you did was the Restonica Trail UTMB race. Anything interesting from that as it set you up for OCC?
Yeah, it was my first time in Corsica, so it was cool to see the trails there. And it was a good training for OCC. It was not too long. It was 33K, I think. Mm-hmm. So it was a good training, and it was like I had to do it for OCC. So
to get in. Yeah. So then Sierre-Zinal, just a couple of weeks ago, you were 9th this year, and you posted something like, I'll keep coming back no matter what, like still waiting for the perfect day on that course. But you also posted like a great recognition to Kylian Jornet being the champion that he is. So you being a Swiss athlete, just say a few words about the race at Sierre-Zinal and, Kylian's performance also, because it sounds like you have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, it's crazy like to be at the top for so many years and to be able to win UTMB, to be like under 30 in VK and to win Sierre-Zinal 10 times. Like it's crazy. Like if you see, like nobody can do it now. Yeah. And so it's really an example for me. And like for my race, like I was not happy with my time, but it's part of the game. Sometimes you don't perform as you want to perform, and I will be back next year too.
I was watching some of the broadcasts, and of course, Sierre-Zinal starts with like a double VK for those who don't know. And I was actually like kind of surprised how early Kylian had a gap, especially with guys like you and Patrick Kipyego in the field who, are both, two of the best climbers in the world. Yeah. What do you attribute that to? Were you metering your effort, or was Kylian he was just in unique fitness?
No, I think it starts really fast, and for me it was like how do you say? It was too fast for the beginning of the race, and so I decided to keep calm and to try to don't kill myself right in the start. And so I think it was the good decision. And I think he paid the last 2 kilometers. The Kenyan was way faster than Kilian, so maybe he started a bit too fast also him. So yeah.
So cool. Well, awesome. And yeah, we can't wait to continue to watch you go to that race. And I'm sure eventually the perfect day will reveal itself. Are you going to come to the Golden Trail World Series races in the US this year?
Yeah, I will be there.
Okay. So the San Francisco event is like in my home trails, just so you know. I'm actually going to be out of town, which is devastating for me. But something that Tony and I were talking about, Tony also lives in San Francisco.
Cool.
This course record, the FKT on our mountain, Mount Tam, is held by Jim Walmsley.
Okay.
It's been held for like 7 or 8 years at this point. It's just over 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I would like to invite you and request that you go for that record on our home mountain in San Francisco.
Greg told me that there was a time to beat there. So I will be a bit some days before the race there. So maybe I will give it a try.
It's like what you've done at the incline before Pikes Peak ascent. So we're going to hold you to that. And I hope that Tony or a team of people can put together some kind of content package around it so that it's properly documented. As like I said, his record is just over 30 minutes. So nobody's gone under 30 minutes on Mount Tam. So
let's give it a try.
Love to see you in our neighborhood. And I'm so sad that I won't be there. Maybe final question for you, just like thinking about psychology and confidence of like where you are in your career right now. Like the last 2 years, like you said, have been absolutely spectacular. Now doing something a little bit different this year, you're still racing at the highest level as a ski mountaineer. Just maybe meditate on, you've already had a long career, even though you're still a young athlete. How are you thinking about, where you are now and like what's exciting you in the future?
Yeah, I'm still motivated. So that's the most important thing. I think if you have the passion and you are still happy to go training, it's the key, I think, to be still at the top. And maybe in 2-3 years, I will try to move the distance a bit higher, to change a bit like the training and also the people I am seeing like every year. And so we will see what brings me like the ultra races. But I think now I start to think about it. And so I think it's the sign that I have to move soon.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm very excited to watch you race OCC on Thursday. I hope you get a lot of rest the next couple of days. And we really appreciate you coming in.
Cool. Thank you.